Hello there, YouTubies. This here's the room doggy. And his room that's starting to get clean a little bit. I'm working on it slowly. It's been a long drawn out process. Excuse me, choked there a little bit. But I'm here this evening basically doing a Yabo. Yet another box opening. Yet another I shouldn't have bought. And get yelled at. I got me another. It says on the box it's from a very special company out of Washington State, Squamish, which is the land of where they make Floggerworks. And I got me a Floggerworks, and I hadn't even touched the box as in breaking the seal on it yet. So I'm excited just as you guys are. Hopefully you guys are excited. As excited as I am to see what I got in the box, because I'm not sure what I got. I know what I thought I ordered, but let's see what it actually is. Yeah, so I'm gonna find I can find what I'm looking for here. That garbage is, or this garbage is. Trying to find my pocket knife. One I would like to use. And now it jumped in my pocket. An old fishing license. Aha! On my razor blade. Aha! A razor knife. Look the right direction, people. I'm not cutting myself. Anyway, here we go, guys. I'm not smoking a pipe. I might smoke one. I don't know. It's pretty late, and I've slept too much today because I wasn't feeling good. I'm tired. I tried to eat a little bit of food, passed out, fell asleep, and it's approximately 11, up somewhere around 11:30 p.m. on 5/11/18, and so I overslept a little bit today. So I'm going to be a little wired up for a little while before I go back, try to get back to sleep. So needless to say, I'm opening this box here, Yabo, and I know these guys don't care if you see their address because they want the advertisement. So, without further ado, not doing too bad today, but I wasn't doing the best. Still after one lousy treatment 3 weeks ago, one treatment of chemo, and I'm still out of it from that stuff. So, I just pulled this out of the mailbox this hour of night, not knowing all this stuff was in there. If I'd have known this, I'd have been right on top of it and out there gotten it. But needless to say, I've got it now. Ooh, fancy here again. I like Floggerworks for one reason why. They do a nice presentation when they do their packaging. They really do some nice things, and they give you your typical this little thing ITPs. When I get so many of them, yeah, I'll probably throw some away, because these are just their advertisements on how to break in the bowl on there. They say to do a quarter to a half bowl like that. During the break-in process, let your pipe rest 24 hours to fully cool and dry between spokes. This protects against cracking. Never take your pipe apart before it is cool. That's obviously between the bowl and the stem, where it can either over what they say when the bowl's really, really hot and a little bit wet, and you let the bowl pull the bowl and the stem apart, and then the stem be either too tight or actually can get so loose that it can go both ways, believe it or not. It's an amazing effect how that, but you can ruin your pipe if you don't let them cool naturally together, the stem and the bowl, the stumble. You need to let that, and they say only pack 3/4, not 3/4, 1/3 full with tobacco. Should be firm, but sparsely or spongy, springy. And I can't speak to that, guys. Springy to the touch, which means don't pack it down so hard. You can't draw through it, and it doesn't have any spring give to it when you push it with your finger in your tobacco and you fill your bowl up. That is so that you can get proper air through it and not overheat the bowl so bad that you burn, because these little wood pipes, they are a true wood. They're a hardwood, yes, but they are not a hard wood to the point where if you heat them up a little bit and you're trying to draw through them and you're creating that heat right there in one spot, because you're trying to pull air through one spot where there's no air going through the other spot, you can get what they call a burnout. And burnout will char the bowl, ruin the bowl. So when you go to smoke it, that area turns into charcoal. Basically, I'm not joking about this, guys. It'll turn into charcoal and just basically crumble off, and you'll be smoking it and drawing it through the pipe until you get a hole, actually, or a divot inside your pipe bowl. And when that happens, if you can mud it and save it, that's great, but you virtually have ruined your pipe. So you want to break them in correctly. What I normally do to these little guys when I get them, these Floggerworks, is I put a tremendously of my own mixture plus Scott from Aristocob. He has developed, through his research team and everything, they developed that pipe mud that you put a really super thin, I mean watery thin, and keep mixing it up until you get to the right consistency, and a super thin coating of what they call pipe mud. Now it's not supposed to be legally supposed to be saying that you're supposed to be using this. So this is saying I use it myself this way. I'm not telling you guys to use it this way. So this is me personally. I'll put a thin coating of that on the bowl. Then when I smoke it once or twice, the way they say to do it on here, like I was reading to you, 3/4. If the unlit pipe draws more than a milkshake than a soda, you have packed you have packed the bowl too tightly. So you don't. That's what I was saying to you there, that you don't want to, on these particular wooden type bowls, you do not want to get it so packed so tight that you're trying to, like you're sucking on a milkshake, that's pretty firm milkshake, and then you draw too much air through there. You can't draw enough air through there. That's how you get your hot spots and you can get your burnouts. That's what I was talking about earlier, same thing. So you want to be able to draw it through just like you would a soda, basically, or you can pull some good air through it, not so tight that you can't. And then always smoke the tobacco down to the ash, to the proper cake. If you cannot or don't want to finish the bowl, simply set it aside and finish it later. So what they're saying is leave the tobacco in it and then finish it out later. But make sure that you let it cool correctly before you start, so you don't create another hot spot or an inconsistency in the bowl burn, and then you'll still burn the bowl out. With each fresh bowl, gradually, say it correctly again, with each fresh bowl, gradually fill slightly more tobacco than before, working up to a full bowl. Now, that's their suggestion. So if you don't do it to their, and you got any warranty issues, you don't do it to their standards, they can tell you no, they're not going to warranty it or replace it or whatever the case may be. I do mine a little bit differently, but I still gradually build up until I get a full bowl. I don't like over smoking these little guys right up front. That's one reason why I will, on some of these Floggle works, I will do the slight amount of mudding of the bowl, because that lets me get a quicker, fuller bowl if I do it correctly and still not overheat the bowl while I'm smoking it. I will get my cake, as they call it, built up in the bowl correctly and be able to break in the bowl a little bit quicker, not a tremendous amount of quicker, because you still don't want to like I said, you don't want to over smoke your bowl because you'll burn it out. And the pipe mud just prevents me from smoking the bowl out too quick. And it says always allow the pipe to rest if it gets too hot to the touch, which we all understand that. We always let our briars, our corn cobs, any of them, when they start to get hot to the touch, and then we just back off on the smoke a little bit, and then we let it cool and rest a little bit, and then you can toke it a little bit more, relight it, whatever the case may be. Smoke your pipe slowly, puff on it too quickly, and you will create too much airflow and overheat your pipe, which we all know how that works. Too loose, too much air too quick, too much burn too quick, and then there you go. You created a hot spot and you burn out your pipe. That's too tightly packed will do the same thing. Too overpacked, or you get a hot spot, it'll do the same thing. Believe it or not, it goes both ways. So without further ado, like I said, I love these little presentation packs that they do with these things, but I like to try to save them. So I be very, very, very cautious and careful. I am, if I can, we'll do this without cutting the paper itself. I just want to cut the tape. There we go. Worked out just perfect. And then you've got your inner foam packing so that it helps and make a little sack type thing out of it also. This is done just to help protect. Oh wow. Oh wow. I knew this one was going to be nice, but I didn't know it was going to be going to be well, actually, the stem is a little bit, it's a little bit off center, but I think it actually will be a benefit on this particular pipe because of the way that it a really nice draw there, very nice tight graft. Even over my very first ones, that's nicely made, nicely built, nicely finished. Now see, that is very bare wood. Now, if most people would look at this before they would go to smoke this, they look at that bowl and say that bowl, when you put fire to it or tobacco, it's going to burn out. Well, you're correct in thinking that. Now, this is a myrtle wood, which is that's what most of their pipes are made out of, and it's a fairly decent hard wood. I suggest if any of you out there get on Aristocob's website and look at Scott his little tutorial, I can say it right, on pipe mud, and in his definition, you'd understand that a light coating, I mean super light coating that soaks into the wood a little bit, and then you let it dry for a couple of days and let it do its thing. Not a real heavy coat, because you don't want to overcoat this bowl, because overcoating the bowl, you see how shallow, I mean, if you guys can see this, you can see how shallow that bowl actually is. It's not a real deep bowl. That's right at an inch. So if you put too much mud in these bowls, then you don't have much of what we call a volume to be able to put much, because these aren't by any means a super long smoke bowl. And my preference on these little Hobbit pipes and these Middle Earth pipes that they build, they're not meant to have a tremendously long smoke. Now, and you also on most of these, I want you to look on that a little bit more and see what I love about these. This is one gorgeous little. I'll even do that in where the draft hole is. That one, I like this one. This one is made very nicely. Now, I don't really want to do this right now, but I am going to do this. Something I'll show you guys. Now, I did that on purpose. Usually what I like to do, guys, is I like to, because it was outside for a while, and I'm doing this really quick on purpose. I'm getting this set back in there the way it's supposed to be, to everything. Now, lightly, don't beat on these. See, this is just lightly, slightly tapping this, just to where that's in there tight and not coming out. You don't want to overdo that, because you'll ruin that hole. Pardon me, folks. Don't mean to do that on screen. Sorry. But anyway, that right there is one excellent, gorgeous, and I got a very good price on this one. Had a special and then a discount on top of that I got for being a loyal customer buying this. Makes my third or fourth one anyway of these different pipes. Love it. That one is just gorgeous. It's the color I wanted. So there we go. Do it this way so you guys can see it again. That is just one excellent, very well designed. And I know this is all just lathe work here, but they did a really good, nice job on this bowl. Like I said, the draft, I mean the stem to bowl draft hole area is a little off, but it actually, for me, being right-handed the way that I am, that's perfect for me, right on what I want. So there we go. There's my pipe of the day. I have not smoked anything yet today because I really haven't felt like smoking anything today. So I'm just telling you that because, and it's pretty late for me to be dropping things here, guys. I don't want to lose these. I saved these because that's a part of its box, if you want to say. It's what some people call resale value. I don't call it that. I just call it something that's nice to have if you ever decide to pass on the pipe to somebody and they have this package of stuff. It just makes it so much nicer to present the pipe that way with, and it's all of its original stuff that came with it. That's how I feel about them. All right. So I don't know that I really want to this evening or this late in the game, but oh, I don't really want to smoke a heavy anything. What do I got right here? This is raspberry cobbler. Yeah, that smells really good, and it's not too moist because I need to rehydrate it a little bit with my little. Now I rehydrate most of my tobaccos, guys. With these little guys here, the little deal, and I can tell it's time for me to start doing that again with all of this. But yeah, I think I will. I think I've got hurry up here and get this going because it is late and I need it's midnight our time here. And I think what I'm going to do is smoke my little guy, my little briar, my little baby briar, as I call it. Don't want to overpack it either. I want just enough to say I actually smoked something. And actually raspberry cobbler, I haven't had that in a while, so this is my very first pipe, guys, that I ever bought. Never smoked. This has got a mint, perfect bowl in it, perfect cake built in it. I keep the cake cleaned out to a certain depth all the time in it. After I've smoked so many bowls, I take a little bit of the cake out, not much, but then I designed my own little, so I don't chew the stem off of it. That's just a McDonald's straw, believe it or not, that I heated up and slid over it, and it works out perfect. Hasn't ruined the stem yet. Just a pinch more in there. And that's a fantastic draw on that because I don't want a lot in there. I just don't want a whole mess of tobacco tonight. Like I said, set this down for a second. Alrighty, guys. not no real ghosting of anything in that. I can taste the raspberry flavor pretty well, and this is one of those that when I replace it, because I will get some more of it, it's not one that I smoke all the time for an aromatic. It's just one that I occasionally, and like I said, it's Sutliff raspberry cobbler. I like it as a change up every once in a while in between my Englishes now that I do use and other flavors. It's just one of those flavors that throw in the rotation to change up my taste buds. But I do like it. And this briar burns very well. If I don't over chooch on it, that is. I do have to watch that because sometimes I do get this bowl pretty hot. And I'm fixing to sneeze, guys, I think. Well, maybe not. Thought I was, but well, I just burnt my shirt up. God dang it. Well, just lost a shirt. That happens when you smoke a pipe. Pardon me, folks, for that. Didn't mean to be gross in front of everybody, but I was going to sneeze and didn't, so I take care of it that way. See, it kept going. It's to the right consistency of this. Like I said, it's just my little miniature that I bought years upon years ago. Not a very expensive pipe, but it is a true briar. I believe this one did come out of Denmark. I know out of Italy. I believe this one is actually. Yeah, this is an Italy briar, so it is a quality made briar. Wells, say it right. Well pipe is what they call this. It's I don't know the origin of the company, but it's like I said, it's my little quick smoke, and I've been smoking aromatics through it so long that I don't know that if I could smoke a regular English through it and get the satisfaction out of it as I would on any aromatic. But this raspberry through it is actually pretty darn good stuff. Revisiting it after so many, actually, it's been a couple months since I probably smoked a bowl of it, and I am very much enjoying it because it finally just slowly went out. got a pretty good taste to it for what I remember of it. Not bad at all. Right now here in Billings, Montana, and I'm going to get off here in just a few seconds, but I wanted to say it is a balmy 49 degrees, and it's raining outside. A misty type of a, feels like a little mixture of snow mixed in with it. I don't know if it is or isn't, but it's pretty drizzly wet. What, I can't really describe it. It's just a misty blech out there. Supposed to go fishing tomorrow. My chance of getting to go fishing is the first time of the year, but I don't think that I'm going to go if it's going to be doing this because of my body in the shape that it's in. I have to explain to the gentleman that invited me out, probably wanting somebody to go with him because he has nobody to go right at the moment with him. And I might try to go if I bundle up, but if it's too wet out there, too wet out there, I may just have to call it, because if I get sick and I'm too sick, they won't let me have my treatment Monday, and I'm not going to let that happen, folks, because I need to get this chemo. Even though I've had one treatment so far and I lost all my hair, I still need to get on with this program of this chemo so that we can find out if I'm going into remission and be able to beat this stuff. So, and you can see behind me, folks, what I've done. There's a few of my 5-liter cellar jars. I bought 4 of them all together because if I need 5 liters of tobacco, will last for, God, that's probably almost 3 pounds of tobacco I can get in those containers back there. That's a lot of tobacco. So, but my room's getting there. I've just got between 2 rooms right now that I'm setting the stuff until I get it all sorted out and gone through and put stuff in the basement and all that stuff. So there we go. There's my box opening day, my Yabo, and my little bit of my review of my Sutliff raspberry cobbler that I like very well. I am still, after going back to it after so many months, I still like the stuff. It was just a grab out of the bunch. Yep, that's pretty good stuff. Even about a quarter way through the bowl, it's tasting pretty good. So there's a little bit of a tobacco review. Back to this gorgeous, that I am very, 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 very pleased with the results that they did on this one. Even though, like I said, I don't know if you guys can tell between the center now, because the way it's truthfully supposed, if I can do this for you folks, the way it's supposed to be turned, that looks like it's perfectly straight, but it's just slightly, you can see right there, get my finger out of the way, you can see it's slightly right there. It's a little tiny bit off, but the reason why I'm showing you that and saying that, if you can see it actually, when you look at it correctly and you try to put that straight, you see how it's off just a hair bit. I think that's a little bit to do with the bend of the stem also. it actually, for me, that puts my hand shape and the pipe to mouth shape perfect. I'm impressed. Even though it's what some people would think would be a little bit of a flaw, I don't. It works out perfect. So, and that tobacco is plenty dry enough. It's not so dry that that cooks too fast, but it's a nice burning bowl. And I don't think too relight so far over, and which is excellent. So with all that being said, guys, I know I've been on here 35 minutes, almost 36 minutes. So I'm going to let you go. There's a little bit of a pipe review, tobacco review, a Yabo opening, a little bit of just me rambling, saying that I'm still here, I'm still doing okay. Monday is still on schedule so far, unless I do something stupid to screw it up. I'll be on track for my next one. Sport my little beanie. I love the little hat. So, but with all that being said, folks, thank you for stopping by and watching my video, and hope to do another one in the next day or two after I go through my chemo treatment. And as always, remember, through God and support, I will beat this cancer. That's my new motto. That's my new decree. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this correctly. I know this is backwards because there's a new design on a t-shirt that I am making, guys. Now this is back. Well, actually, according to my part of the screen, it's correct. Hopefully, you guys can see this. Through God and support, I will beat this cancer. That's going to be made up on a bunch of t-shirts that I'm going to be offering to people, because it's got my periwinkle colored for my cancer on there. Just to let everybody know an update that I'm. So there's my decree for me, my new saying that I'm going to be saying it just about every into every one of my videos and every one of my of my comments. I will be saying. So almost 38 minutes. So I'm going to get off here because this is way too long as it is. So thank you guys for putting up with me and let me rant just a little bit about my new pipe, my box opening, and a little bit of a tobacco review. All right. Thank you guys, and good night.